I had to make it happen, Jeremy.
I always rely on you to make it happen.
Yes.
Technically, you and the captain make it happen.
Yep.
Glove box just in the corner.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be in the corner.
Just looking pretty.
Teamwork, guys. More. Oh. They're burying us alive.
Well, shit.
Jeez, Louie.
Honey, don't you want to beat those bastards? In my book, we're going to be winners.
Listen, man, you got nothing left for you to sign, huh? Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that?
Screw them. What are you doing? What are people doing?
Is this early access to?
Hey, let me tell you something, bro.
Get out there now and do the best you can.
All right, welcome to episode 8 of the Bad Fodder Figures podcast. This is Captain Mike M., joined by the usual suspects. Gentlemen, Christmas is in the air. I think some exploits happened this weekend. There was a podcast Festivus, if you can believe it. Last year we had a Gamers and Beta Festivus, but this time it was just podcast Festivus. Lots of discussion to talk about based around that, and I understand Eric had some libations last night, and we'll get into all that in just a minute. But before we go down that road, let's get some housekeeping out of the way right out of the top here. We are giving away a $75 gift card, code, digital currency, whatever you want to call it, for your platform of your choice, Steam, Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. So we got that going on. Look on our Twitters. It'll be in the show notes. You have until the 20th to enter. Hope you do, and good luck to everybody out there. Also, I come into my inbox this week. I have some codes for a game on Steam called Race for the Galaxy. It is a strategic card game. So if anybody's into that, I got a few codes. First couple people that inquire with us on Twitter, I'll gladly give you a code. First come, first serve.
What's that Twitter name? I had to type that out.
That is the Bad Fodder Figure. Singular.
Oh, okay.
Singular. If you type the S, you're going to be shit out of luck. All right, so let's set the table here. We had Podcast Festivus. This was myself, Corey, formerly of Gamers and Beta, Dave Robopig from Good for Gaming, Dave Holy Goalie from the Game Hounds, and then Twitter personality excellence, Juggler of Geese. Now, we were supposed to have Jay from Gamers and Beta, but he came down with the flu and canceled on us. And with the most loving and affectionate way possible, I want to give a big middle finger to Jay. You know, we picked out this restaurant because Jay, last time we went to the Kowloons, it's so expensive. The Scorpion Bowls, they were ridiculously overpriced. You know, one of those frugal guys. You know what I'm talking about, Eric?
Yeah.
One of the
Jay Helmer, is that his name?
Yeah, one of those. So we were like, fine, we'll go to some other, sports pub where everything was a little bit more reasonably priced. And sure enough, Jay did not show up. He canceled on us, and by like 8:30, 9 o'clock, we were all sitting there going, boy, we wish we were at Kowloons. Because the place cleared out. There was no festive atmosphere. It was very, sports bar-ish. But things did pick up during the night. We made the best of it, that is for sure. And so, Jay, you were missed because we were treated. Someone picked up the tab for us very generously. So,
wow.
So, Jay,
I was there.
You missed out on all that.
Yeah.
So a lot of different conversation going on. We talked about, of course, video games and things like that. And I don't know how the conversation came up, gentlemen, but we got to take this head on here. We got to plunge right into it. We got to get deep to the matter.
Okay.
Fleshlights.
We're just opening with that one, huh? It's all downhill from here.
You know, we're gonna have a baseline assumption here, right? We're just gonna take a quantum leap and assume that yes, we would use this apparatus. Okay, that's not the question, yes or no. We're just gonna assume across the board for this conversation that yes, we would use these. Now the question was the cleanup.
Okay.
And some wanted to know if you would just put it into your dishwasher as is. Would you wash your fleshlight as is with your stuff in there, with your kids' dishes and stuff like that?
No, hell no.
No.
So I can't remember what all the answers were, but some people were like, "Sure, what the hell," you know. My answer was I would wash it, but I would also get it like, the equivalent I would give is like, you just don't put all your food scraps into the dishwasher, right?
Exactly.
You wash it out. You give it
clean them off.
You give it that courtesy rinse, right?
That once over, yeah.
And then I would say the same thing. I would just go in there, give it that once over with the whatever it is, your ShamWow, your paper towel, whatever it is you got in your back pocket.
Can I ask a question? Am I allowed to ask a question?
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Why the dishwasher and not not like the washing machine where all the stiff socks and rags go?
That's what I did. That was, Jeremy, you took the words out of my mouth because I was having this conversation. I said, well, what's the difference between my socks going in the washing machine? And then someone says, well, your dirty underwear goes in there too. Your skids. So what's the difference if you got a crusty sock?
I guess if I have two appliances that will do this job of cleaning this device for me, why is the dishwasher the first thing? I would just
I would think in the dishwasher, I've never had a fleshlight, but I would think the fleshlight, I guess it comes apart some kind of way, and it's like part of it is like a cup kind of.
It's like a sippy cup.
Yeah. So,
oh wow!
You don't put cups in the dishwasher, do you? You know what I'm saying? I mean, in the wash machine, you don't put cups in the wash machine.
Yeah, the reason you'd put it in your dishwasher is because it's got the two steps built into it. It's got the wash and the dry. I mean, you just put it in your washing machine, then you got to put it in your dryer, and then it's going to melt.
Yeah, tumble dry low. Delicates.
Matt, you've been very, very quiet here, Matt. Are you embarrassed?
I'd probably just take it outside and hose it out with the hose.
Really? You'd be outside with a fleshlight with your neighbors just waving, hey. I picture you getting caught and you'd be like the Statue of Liberty.
He said he just hosed it out.
That's better than, you have to clean those?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That's a very good question now. I don't even know what the inside one of the things feels like. I mean, is it all rubbery or it's just like you just...
Matt,
you're leaving yourself open for ridicule.
Whoa.
Matt, give me your address and I'm going to send you one.
Everybody flood his inbox with fleshlights. There can't be that many Matt Homers in Cincinnati.
Devious Mr. Matt on Twitter, on PSN, on Xbox Live, on Twitch.
The first person that delivered Matty on a fleshlight, I got 2 codes for Race for the Galaxy for you.
And we'll even throw in a general jousting for fun.
Man.
I mean, you gotta figure some type of easy thing that it's gotta be easy to clean out or do something with. Cause just run the water through it or something. I don't know.
So we're looking for hygiene and sterilization here, Matt.
Absolutely.
Does your hose provide you the hygiene and sterilization as opposed to your dishwasher?
You don't want to get gonorrhea from a fleshlight, man.
If you're that concerned about hygiene, you probably shouldn't be fucking a rubber tube to begin with.
Right. I mean, throw it in a pot in the stove and boil it for 5 minutes to sterilize.
Oh my gosh.
Like a hot dog.
So other than that, we had a great time at Festivus, and it's always good to get together with everybody. Wouldn't you agree, Jeremy? Or do you want to disagree?
In most cases, yeah. No, I'll agree with this one.
All right. It's funny. Just want to check. So we were having a good time, and we were about to leave. Out of the blue came this 21-year-old girl from South Africa, right? Literally, we were about to leave. We were just like, we were in this big, like, round, booth. And we were all, like, kind of, shimmying our way out. And this girl, out of nowhere, sits down with us. She is an au pair from South Africa. The accent is unbelievable. Let me tell you that. It'd make you weak in your knees.
Hot? Was it hot?
She was hot. She was all right. She was cutie.
No, the accent. Usually accents are, they're, something to turn you on. Yeah.
Right. And she went right after Brian. She went right to him. Oh, yeah? She said, let me hear you talk. I just love the way you talk. So Brian was very embarrassed, and we were having conversations and things like that. And
Did Brian do his, what was that, invitation of, I like the way you talk, too? Did he hit him with that?
Brian was a little
sling blade. He did it with his best sling blade.
Brian was a little he was a little tongue-tied and embarrassed, and I said to her, very, very quietly in my Irish whisper, I go, the quiet guys, they got the big wangs, And that really set the mood there, and it just got more uncomfortable from there on out.
You are not talking like that. He's just a boy.
There you go. He's just a boy.
But she had to sit down with us for a good 20, 30 minutes talking all about Boston and South Africa and tattoos and sex. It was she was 21. I was 42. I felt very weird about this whole situation, but we didn't seek her out. And this was funny. This happened right after Holy Goalie left, and I think he said on Twitter that he sent her over to us. So I don't know if that's true or not.
Goalie's stupid.
Wow, it was a lot of fun. A lot of good laughs and drinking. As you can see, we had some really hard hitting conversations going on there.
Apparently so.
Yeah. So Eric, speaking of good times, we saw some things come across our social media devices last night.
Yeah.
And
that's the equivalent of mass drunk texting. But let me tell you about that.
This was better than mass
drunk
texting.
I didn't know that was there until my man Jeremy hit me up and like, what the hell? I was like, what? So let me give you a little background. So I had my Christmas party yesterday, and I say it was about 100 people here, right? That's a lot of people.
What, in your house?
In my house.
Jeremy right now is having the visitor sweats.
No.
Yeah.
He's getting dizzy.
Walk away.
He's getting dizzy.
Yeah, it was pretty. It started at 4 p.m, and I guess the last person left at about 5 a.m.
Oh,
right.
Fuck that.
Right.
It was good having Jeremy on the show. Now he's in the fetal position.
I gotta go sit in the dishwasher. Hold on.
People were, coming and leaving. My neighbors was over here. I live in the cul-de-sac too, Matt. And
right.
Cul-de-sac people coming over. It was pretty cool, right? So
cul-de-sac life, hey.
Yeah. So I got this one friend, right? He reminds me of Mike a little bit, but his name's
Fred.
No, his name's Mike. I mean, not Mike. It's Daryl.
Daryl.
Yeah.
Well, he had another brother named Daryl.
Not Fred.
Yeah. No, not Fred. No, Fred was here too. Fred was here.
What happened to our devices? Fred had some devices for us. What happened?
Yeah, Fred be messing around. But let me tell you the story. Listen. So Daryl comes over, right? I said, so we're in everybody was blown away with the whole Mario thing in the secret room. That was just a hit. But anyway, he's like, so I got my phone down. I got the iPhone 10 or X, whatever you want to call it. So I got it on the wireless charger sitting in my game room, right? Oh, you got the iPhone 10? Let me check it out. So I'm mingling with it. Like I said, it was 100 people in here. So he's got my phone, right? So I guess he's posting shit, right? So I don't know. I don't know what he's doing, right? And he was like, oh, man, I like that phone. And he was laughing. I was like, yeah, it's cool, right? He was like, yeah. So with all of this, y'all got to know I had about 10 bottles of Crown, like the big bottles of Crown, and everybody was drinking. Not just Crown, but. So I didn't know, and I looked, and I saw Jeremy said, what is this? I'm like, holy shit, what is that? I didn't know what that was.
It was clear. I knew what it was. but I just assumed that you got hacked.
And I was like, wow, that's cool. Who did that? He was like, you must have got hacked. I was like, man, I called Daryl. I said, man, did you post something on my phone? He said, I was messing around with it, but I don't know what I did. I said, okay.
Yeah. I accidentally posted 2 pictures of big bulbous black boobs on your Twitter feed. Yeah. I don't know how that happened.
I was like, really, dude? Come on.
I want to personally thank Daryl.
Daryl is a nut, bro. That dude is a nut. But yeah, it was 100 people. We had people playing cards. We had people. It was drinking. It was nuts, man.
No cops.
Cool though. Oh, it was about 30 cops.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but they drink. The cops drink too. I mean, So we was
on the job.
Nah, not on the job. But yeah, we had lots of people here, right? My wife was like, we don't know if we're gonna have another one next year because we do it every year. She says it's getting out of hand.
Yeah.
So what's the cleanup like on that?
It's still going on.
Everything in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
A lot of fleshlights there. It's like one whole cycle for the fleshlights.
No upper deckers though. I'm pretty happy about that.
Has that happened before?
No, I'm just saying I don't want that to happen. That better not ever happen.
Now you've had a good week, Eric, because not only did you see some breast assists on your social media, you also had to do some yeoman's work and do a little cleaning for your wife because she wasn't feeling so well.
Man, my wife had the flu. Everybody was getting the flu, right?
Oh, no.
So I think it was, I don't know if it was Wednesday. I was supposed to go to work. My wife was like half dead, man. I was like, oh, man. And my son usually helps her. My stepson usually helps her. He had it too. Everybody in my house had the flu except for me. I was like, shit. So I had to go clean all those buildings. So one of the buildings is the plastic surgery. So I was in there playing with the boobs, man. It was too cool. It was way too cool. Because they got all the boob samples, and they got, like, huge ones, man. I'm sitting there like, goodness, that's huge.
Two thumbs up?
Way up.
I see him in there like doing like a Harlem Globetrotters thing with the really big ones, like rolling around his chest and his arms.
And they got pictures and stuff. I was sitting there like, good, great.
Before and after pictures and shit?
Nah, I'm just saying, it's just boobs, man. Those doctors are awesome, and I see why. The doctor who we work for, he drives a Tesla, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see why, because that dude is a genius. He can make them boobs look real, man.
Does he want to sponsor a podcast? Matt could use a new set.
He's cool. He gave me he let me ride around in this Tesla once, so he's cool as hell, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now this is a good segue for you, Matt, here, because Matt wanted to discuss booby streamers this week.
Okay.
It's been bubbling up again. Every once in a while you hear that, these girls are just, they have an Amazon wish list and they just show their cleavage, but they have nothing else going on. They're not playing any games. They're just sitting there, twiddling their thumbs and talking to people and sort of under the IRL in real life section on Twitch or whatever, other Mixer or whatever. Mm-hmm. So Matt, in your investigative reporting that you've done this week, what is the latest issue with the booby streamers?
They're stealing viewerships and stuff from people actually out playing games and so forth, and they're using their boobs to do it, their sexuality to get that accomplished.
I never heard of such a concept before. This is a completely new thing to society.
It's I guess. If they're just sitting, like you said, they're just sitting there, not really they're not playing games or anything. Or if they are playing games, they're not really playing them for the most part. They're just sitting there with the camera on them and that, and flirting with the guys in the stream that, and they're getting their money, which is okay. Good for them. They're getting their money how they're going to get it. But it's taken away from other streamers and so forth and that.
I think with the get. I'm sure everybody's got an opinion, and we'll go around and hear that in just a minute. I think the crux of the issue is, from what I understand, is they don't want Twitch turning into ChatterBait or My Free Webcam. They say if you're going to have cam girls, don't put them on Twitch, put them somewhere else. All the cam girls or guys go to the site that has, cam girls. Twitch is traditionally for gaming, board gaming related content, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a big issue. Jeremy, how do you feel about that?
So help me understand, just so I can make sure that I can stand 100% behind what I'm going to say. You said they do it in IRL. Is that like one of the categories that's not quite gaming related?
Right. In real life.
Okay.
Is
so get rid of that. Because then once you get rid of that, they don't fall into any of the gaming categories, and you got a leg to stand on. But when you put a non-gaming channel on there, you're going to get non-gaming things. So that's your own damn fault. But would it really make that much of a difference if they were sitting there with Tetris on in the background, or they were legitimately playing a game of some kind, whether they were good or bad at it or whatever? If they just had a game on, would it really be that much better?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because people would still be watching them for the same thing. They'd be going there for the boobs, not for the gameplay. As we all know, it's quite possible to watch people play on Twitch who aren't good at a game. So right. So I mean, they're there for entertainment, right? I mean, they're basically working at Hooters without the Hooters.
Yeah.
Nobody. Yeah, I mean, nobody there is like, "Ooh, I'm going to buy her this thing on her Amazon wish list, and then she's going to be my girlfriend." If you think that, you got bigger problems, and you're going to get hornswoggled in some other way.
I think one of the issues I have with this is that a lot of these same women doing this, there will be the same. They are going to be the same women out there fighting against men.
Here he goes.
Out in public and stuff.
Hashtag Me Too.
Is that what you're getting at? The Me Too?
Yeah. I mean, these are the same women. Like, well, you're if you don't like that, you don't want that attention, then don't do it like that. Don't be a hypocrite like that.
They're asking for it. Is that what you're trying to say, Matt?
I'm not talking about.
Look at the way you're dressed.
Corey just drove his car off the road right now. You understand that you are now like solely responsible for raising his daughter because he just crashed in his car into like some sort of ravine.
Hey, look, my thing is this, man. Like, say if a chick's playing and she's legitimately playing like Fortnite or something, right? But she just happens to have a bikini top on. I don't have a problem with that.
No,
but, that's her thing. That's her thing.
If you got it, flaunt it.
Yeah, if you want to get your viewership up, but you don't have to watch it. Unfortunately, I know what boobs look like. I know what fake boobs look like. I know what real boobs look like.
So it doesn't bother.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't bother me. I don't have to. I guess it's the people that don't have girlfriends or something that I don't know who has a problem with, but I don't. I don't sit there and watch Twitch all day though, like, and just get upset because she got her boobs. I don't care about that, bro. Come on.
I guess what Twitch is doing is they're cracking down and monitoring it if it gets too sexualized, right? So, like you said, if she's just in a bikini and she's playing games, I think that's fair game. If she's like jiggling her breast in between matches, I think they're getting nuked from Twitch. And
I guess everybody got to have something to bring in those viewers, So if she can get her numbers up like that, I mean.
And I just got to circle back to what Matt said, just because I feel like I'm obligated. I feel like I put my foot in the door of enough strip clubs to know that just because the candy's on stage doesn't mean you can touch it, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I just want to see from where I sit, if you dress, in a provocative manner, that doesn't mean you are asking to be touched and sexually harassed.
I didn't say that.
I'm just saying that's I am making that clear for me. For me, I am saying that.
I agree.
Did you see what happened today in football, Matthew?
With Marvin Lewis and the Bengals?
No. The owner of the Carolina Panthers they haven't come out and said he's forced to sell the team. He is getting in front of it, and he is selling his team because he's made some racial comments to some scouts. But more importantly, he's asked some women in the organization if he can shave their legs and if they'd be willing to give him foot rubs.
What'd they have on their Amazon list?
Oh, wow. That's weird.
So he's got to sell the team now.
Well, that's what they forced more shots to do with the Reds back in the day. So because of her racist comments and talking about Germany and Nazis and stuff like that, she kind of forced her out.
I guess the racism part with him, I guess some derogatory term towards a scout, and then he was very critical of the way that the black players, carried themselves and dressed, and wasn't so on board with the whole sitting down type kneeling, taking a kneel. So he's gonna sell the team. He's 81. He wants to cash in.
81. Wow. Well, gentlemen, let's pour money together and see if we can't buy the Panthers.
And very disappointing news out of Cincinnati, Matt.
Yeah, well, I don't know what's going on with Marvin Lewis. Well, they got their ass kicked today, for one thing, by the Vikings, which we all saw that coming. But before the game, big news came out on Twitter and so forth that Marvin Lewis kind of announced or hinted to the fact that he's going to play these last 3 games. That's going to be it for him for the Bengals. He's going to look for other opportunities.
He's going to play. He's actually suiting up.
Manage. Coach, whatever you want to say.
Call the plays.
Yeah. But anyways, and then after the game, he's like, "No, I have no such plans." So it's like, okay, what's going on here? And guess we'll see what happens at the end of the season here. But yeah, it's going from one emotion to the other with the Bengals and the coaching and so forth and that.
Excellent. Well,
I'd be ready for him to leave.
Change is always good. Eric, let's circle back to your party real quick. Beer and we know you had Crown, but the 40Cast talked a lot about beer. We haven't done too much of late. Was there any special beer in the house? Was it all Crown and Coke? What did you treat your patrons to?
We had a little bit of everything, and a lot of people bought stuff, and it was Bud Light was everywhere. That's because that's what my wife drinks, but. Just all kinds of stuff, man. From Coronas to shit, I don't know. It was lots of alcohol. Let me tell you.
Matt, at your Christmas party, we talked a lot about your name tags and anything, but did you have any special beer there, or was it more of the same old domestic beer that you would get?
I had bourbon stuff, but they had for beer wise, they had a bunch of the craft beers from the Cincinnati area. And then one of our clients is Sam Adams. So, of course, there was Sam Adams, Boston Lager, and Winter Lager, and varieties of those beers there.
I had a bunch of Winter Lager at Podcast Festivus. And now
nice.
I'm a White Christmas right now. A couple more things to talk about here at the top. PUBG, they released a new map that's on the test servers, and we're going to talk about a little bit of that later, but... I guess when they were rendering their art, they got some old art from an outsourced company that was assisting them. And in that old art, they had some rather descriptive labias, camel toes.
That's on Jeremy's model.
That has caused an uproar. Some of the women out there said, well, if you're going to leave that in, you got to make the bulges a little bit more descriptive. We want to see some penis and testicle outlines. So Player Unknown himself got out in front of it and said, yeah, that's like 2-year-old artwork that somehow got uploaded to the test server, and that's going to be going away pretty soon. And everybody will be back to their nondescript bulges pretty soon.
Oh man, Eric, does your friend work over at Bluehole? Did he get a hold of their iPhone too and upload their old bulges up there? Is that what happened?
Daryl's ass.
Yeah, Daryl, man.
Daryl's my hero. Let's give Daryl a little plug. Tell us more about Daryl.
He's just a neighbor of mine, man.
Just a neighbor.
Yeah, he lives across the cul-de-sac.
Now, I'm looking at this picture, Jeremy. I don't want to put you on the spot. And maybe it's just my, I don't know. I am looking at. I can't tell that that's an African American woman. Is there some way?
It looked that way to me.
Everybody pull their phones out.
I think no. I have the actual picture. This is a white chick.
Pull my phone out or pull what out now?
I have the actual picture. It's a white chick.
Oh, all right then.
This person was at your house?
No.
Sure.
What do you mean you have the actual picture? What is?
I mean, I had the picture that he posted. I'm sitting there looking at it like, man, whatever. You're stupid.
I'm confused. I'm totally confused now.
And I surmised that he was going to post more, but I walked in and I'm scared it was something. Like, dude, what are you doing? Give me my phone.
Oh, brother.
All right, I know is don't leave your phone sitting around here. And see, now I had to put the, because before I could post anything, I had to put the facial stuff on it now. You know, I had it unlocked.
Speaking of this facial stuff.
Big damn titties. God damn.
Speaking of this facial stuff, so I don't know who sent this to me, but there was there's an issue here going on with some of the facial recognition in some other countries.
I sent that to you, and that was awesome.
Seriously? Why is that working?
Well, you know the old saying, they all look the same.
Oh my God!
One Asian lady is upset that her Asian coworker was able to unlock her phone.
Oh no!
Oh yeah. Jeremy talked about this on the show a little bit, or the stream a little bit last night.
Oh yeah. No. That's terrible and awesome at the same time.
Let's since we're on the laughing mood, let's talk about some of Matthew's latest purchases here. So Matt, some less than stable electricity in your area. From what I understand, you had a power outage, and you came home, and the only thing that was nuked was your router. Is that correct? Your modem router?
That's correct. Yeah. The router, the modem was fine. Everything was fine. Well, it all started. My wife texted me that morning and was like, "Hey, you know there's no internet." I was like, "Oh shit." Well, the modem probably messed up some, from the power. Just probably unplug it, plug it back in. And she did that. All the lights were coming on. She's where there's no internet anywhere. I thought, well, I don't know. I'll have to see when I get home what's going on. When I get home and the old router was, it was fried, nuked or something. I don't know. It did nothing. I tried different outlets, everything, and
did you smell it?
I did not smell it.
Did you put it in the dishwasher?
Like wires burning?
I should have put it in the dishwasher. Is what I should have done. Yeah. I figured, well, it's probably dead. It's weird. It's the only thing on that power strip that died, though. That got
someone was watching a lot of Pornhub, and that thing just baked.
It wouldn't surprise me. It's me. But so anyway, that night I went out and bought a new Netgear router. Very fancy router. It's a Nighthawk AC 2300 smart Wi-Fi router.
With Kung Fu grip.
With Kung Fu grip, absolutely. But it's great. It's got great range, which is something I need in my house because down in the corner here is where I get all my equipment. So to reach the other side of the house, I need something. I need something powerful to reach it. So I bought this
powerful equipment.
Extendo.
Powerful equipment.
You need an extendo.
No, the router is black in color, so it's pretty powerful. But this thing is great. It's fast, speedy. It's pretty cool looking, but it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's routing stuff around all the wireless devices in the house, and it has great range. And there's no lag or anything when I'm buffering up TV shows or whatever else on the Wi-Fi. It's doing a good job so far.
You notice a difference already?
I've noticed a difference. It is great, especially in the range. I've noticed a difference in the range. I actually got rid of my range extender, and I'm just using.
You didn't even give that a courtesy wash. You just threw that thing right out.
He just put it out there.
Not even
the driveway. The sign that says free. Just take it.
But it's the most I've ever spent on a router. It's like $220 or something like that.
Matt's lived a very expensive life this week. As you can tell, he's a little drained emotionally because the Quicken is timed out. A lot of expenses. You also bought a new mattress and box spring.
New mattress and box spring. Bought those yesterday and brought them home.
You brought them. No delivery, right?
You did. No delivery from.
No, we brought them home. It fit. It put it in the back of my truck and went home.
And some husband and wife time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That always works. That always works.
And we had to carry the old mattress out, and that was quite the adventure. And
bring the new mattress all the stains.
Oh my God! There's some nasty stains on that thing, but it's from like drinks and stuff. It's not from.
No, that ain't what it's from. That's not what it's from.
Puddles.
Boy.
Puddles.
I've never pooped the bed, so there's no poop stains on it. No, but that's the other thing. I got to call up the trash people tomorrow and get it hauled away now. I got paid a little extra for the trash guys to haul it.
You're not breaking this down and taking it to the scrap yard?
You got to dump.
You're not taking the coils out?
No.
Scrap the coils. Hey, Mike knows a guy with a truck. So he'll come out. $75.
We didn't discuss this last week, but you had the old washer and dryer. How did that go? You broke them all the parts down?
They're still sitting in my garage right now because I've been busy at work. No. I've been busy with work. So
whoa. Let's go back. What are you breaking the parts down for?
Scrap.
Yeah.
Okay, you can get $2, Matt.
I will get more than $2.
Hey, Matt, make us a promise. Make us a promise.
He might actually. Make sure everyone knows that this washer and dryer is from like 1952. So
a lot of metal.
It's probably built like an old Cadillac or something. It probably.
Yeah, it's full of
the washer and dryer is 22 years old.
Matt,
it's got copper in it. Now you're gonna get a lot of money.
Matt, you're gonna get a lot of views out of this. I'm not even trying to make fun of you. This is solid advice, right? Crisp advice here, like the Benjamins that you're gonna receive. You need to Twitch this on. You need to stream this on Twitch. The breaking down in the IRL section.
Hanging out
in the IRL section
with my boobs out.
Yeah, hot pants and cleavage.
Yeah,
Matt, how much are you looking to get from a wash and dryer?
I don't know, $30-$40 maybe.
And it's worth that time to you to break it down?
Well, it's
I guess.
Yeah.
I want to see you stream this.
Yeah, I'm glad. Never mind. So,
so like most things in people's lives, you get a new mattress, you get a new router, you're feeling good about life, and you say, "Hey, let me roll the dice again," right? And so you went out, you're feeling, your pocket was feeling a little hefty. You said, "Hey, I got a little more money to throw around, so let me go out and get a monitor for my computer and take it from there."
Yeah, so I went Saturday. I had to go into work Saturday for a couple hours, and while I was there, I was looking at monitors for a second monitor for here at home, and so I found at Best Buy an HP Omen with 1 millisecond response time and 144 response refresh rate. So I went and ordered it and did the pick up the store thing. So I went and picked it up, brought it home. Got all excited, got all the shit out of the way on the desk here to put the two monitors side by side, get them all hooked up, plug it in the computer, turn the computer on. I get nothing but a white screen. I was like, what the fuck? So I turn everything off, I turn back on, do a real refresh, and I'm messing around with things and that, and still nothing, just a white screen. And the second monitor, my old one, part of the computer was on that there. But all the windows and stuff that would open up on the other monitor with a white screen. So I'm pressing the buttons on the monitor, and none of the menu stuff or anything is working for the monitor. So I unplug the computer from it, and I plug in the Xbox One, I plug in the PS4 into the HDMI ports and that, and still nothing. It's nothing but white screen. And I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. I was looking so much forward to doing this, getting this thing, and it's not even working. So I had to. I texted Mike, see if he had any ideas, and Mike's advice was take it back, and which is what I did. I took it back and got rid of it. Now I'm waiting again here for the money to be refunded, and I'm going to go out and look again and get another one.
I told him before he did that to see if he could get a test copy from work, a test monitor.
And I think I'll do that tomorrow. See if I can't bring one of those home and see what happens.
Why wouldn't you, when you took it back, why didn't they just replace it? You didn't want to replace it, try another one? That might have been a bad one.
They didn't have it at I bought it at a Best Buy store close to work, and the Best Buy store at where I live didn't have it in stock.
Did the Best Buy close to your work have it? You could have just picked it up tomorrow or something like that.
I don't like waiting like that.
But you're waiting.
Huh?
He's trying to say if you returned it, Could you have said to the woman, "Hey, I don't want my money back. Can I pick up the other one?"
I could have dealt with that tomorrow at some point, probably from work or something, I suppose. But I didn't do that.
Well, I got it. Since he's told his story, let me tell my story.
All right.
Okay, so I wish we had some funeral music or some old sad music, Mike.
Get some Benny Hill music.
No. This is not a festival.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You had a
bombshell.
A bombshell here. Do we have?
Yes.
Jeremy's the Gary Shandling of the show when I'm doing the hosting. So.
well, maybe y'all can put this in after. But listen to this, man. I had to send my Xbox One X back, bro. Shit the bed. It shit the bed, bro. It just stopped working.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
You had to send it where?
I sent it to Microsoft.
You couldn't get it was too late to get a refund and wherever you bought it at?
No, well, here's what happened. So I get on the phone with them. I'm like, yo. They're like, what's it doing? I'm like, the shit's not working. I don't know what to tell you. It's not working. I'm not I don't know. The light comes on. The controller light comes on. I've hooked it up to 3 different TVs. It just doesn't I think the video part is just dead or fried or something. I don't know. So it was like, all right, send it back. They sent me the damn
the return whatever they call that.
The return sticker thing that I put. Right. And I'm sitting there I asked the lady, I said, listen, I got the Scorpio edition, right? I said, you are going to send me a Scorpio edition back. She said, yeah, we're going to fix yours. And if we can't fix it, then we'll let you know. But we're going to fix yours and send it back. I said, all right. Don't make me blow up Microsoft. So say they're going to send it back, but that's a gamble.
One of the OG hosts of Gamers in Beta, who I still keep in touch with, he had the same problem as well. He actually bought his Scorpio edition and had the same problem. And because he's a manager at a GameStop, he just returned it and got his money back. And then the managers always get free consoles. So he waited another week or so and got his free one, which is not Scorpio edition. So that's 2 people I know in the inner circle who have issues with the X. And I'm telling you, mine is sitting here right to the right of me. And when I fire it up, it gets hot. And there's a little bit of that new plasticky smell to it. I just, I'm not going to say it's too early to tell, but 2 people out of what I think me, you, the OG GIB guy, and Jay, Maniac Jay. I think of the 4 people that I know that have bought the X, and maybe Aaron, Indio Techno as well. So we're talking 2 out of 5 people have already had issues. And I'm telling you, my thing runs hot, and it's out in the open. It's not like in a case or anything.
Exactly.
It's got proper ventilation.
So let me tell you what mine was running hot too. And I was like, yo, this thing is getting hot. So I took some precautions now. So when I sent it back, I ordered because I have mine in the entertainment center, right? But I ordered a exhaust fan for my entertainment center. You ever seen those?
No.
Well, you have to basically cut your entertainment center. Mine is wood, so I cut it and put these
I only know to put
the
dry ice with the towel out in front of stuff.
to
cool it down. That's not the preferred way to do things?
No, I bought these fans, and it's got a digital display and all that. It looks cool on your entertainment center, and it's going to blow air through my entertainment center and exhaust out the side of it. So
you can pay me. I'll sit there. I'll blow air for enough money. I'll sit there and blow air.
Hopefully that will help it, because they do get hot, man. I don't know. Hopefully they don't have a whole red ring of death type situation going.
I'm just, purely speculating because, again, 2 out of 5 people I know have had issues.
Yeah.
It's the most powerful console, and it's smaller than the S, right? Or it's
smaller.
They've jammed a lot of shit in this thing, and it's the most powerful thing. And, again, I could be making the quantum jump here that, because they did that, it's going to blow up. It should have more air going through it, but who knows? We'll see.
But it does get hot. You're right.
It does. Pretty warm.
Oh, wow. Remember the original Xbox, the 360, when all it had heat problems.
Yes.
Yeah, red ring.
Yep.
Well, if anybody else out there has an X and has it shit the bed, keep us posted. But I think we've done enough talking here in the opening, gentlemen. And Eric, I wish you nothing but the best with your X. And of course, we're talking about the Xbox One X, not your X, but your Xbox.
Right.
If you're just tuning in.
No, my ex-wife is an idiot. But go ahead. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna jump into the voicemails here. Let's play the intro so I can have a drink.
Operator, may I help you? Operator?
Are you the operator?
I'm long distance, sir. Overseas, may I help you? Directory assistance, may I help you, please?
Hello. Hello again. Hello. Hello again.
All right, let's fire up the voicemail machine. We have a couple this week. This guy said he had the flu and couldn't make it down from Maine, but he's leaving us a voicemail. So let's see how this goes.
Better not get me sick.
Hey, Bad Fodder Figures. This is Maniac 17 coming in semi-retired once again with a phone call. And I was kind of curious. We all know that the glove box has quite a few Christmas trees in his home. I was wondering, what do you have for your Christmas decorations in your home? And do you decorate your game room also? Looking forward to hear your answers. See ya!
He didn't sound like he had the flu, did he?
No, he sounded perfectly fine.
No, you guys
just
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, guys. Matt, you want to go first?
I mean, yeah, we're kind of normal here, so Christmas trees and garlands and stuff around the house.
That would make me abnormal. Is that what you're saying?
I don't have more than one tree. We just got one tree. But we got the other decorations up around the house, Santas and snowmen and the baby Jesuses and the nativities and stuff like that. So, and then the lower half of the house where I game it's got lights and stuff on the mantle above the fireplace and everything and stuff. So, yeah, we decorate our house.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy, do you have baby Jesus in your house?
There is a baby Jesus on the stand next to our TV in the living room. Yeah, there's a little we call it the manger, but it's the whole nativity scene. It's not like overly over the top or anything like that, but it's there. We have two like shelf stand type things on either side of our TV in the living room, and normally it just has just normal everyday type decorations. And Christmas, those get cleared off, and then all kinds of Christmas themed stuff goes up, and then lights on the porch and a little lit wreath on the door, but nothing like crazy. And again, that's just all on the family room level of the house. Nothing in the basement where I am, or nothing upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing
now,
crazy.
you are the only person in your neighborhood to have a fleshlight display all lit up.
Not we used to be. Not it's really we're trendsetters. It's really picking up. There's I think down the block there's a real doll thing going on there too. It's in their manger. So I don't know.
Right over. Now, Eric, how many trees again do you have?
5.
I have 2. I have a, the big Christmas tree, and then there's a little kid's Christmas tree in the basement. But you have baby Jesus in your house too?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, we got them in some display somewhere. I'm gonna do a walk around of my house. I'm gonna let y'all check out. I have
IRL.
I have a tree. Let me see. I have a tree on the top floor. That's where the bedrooms are. I have 3 trees on the main floor, and I got 2 trees in the basement.
Now, define a tree for me. What are we considering a tree?
Fucking trees. The smallest one I'd say is about.
Fucking tree.
About. I think the smallest one is maybe 5-6 feet.
Damn.
5-6 feet. Okay, so that's what I was getting at.
And the tallest one is 12.
That's the reason I want to ask, because my kids have mini Christmas trees in their room, But I don't know if we were considering those real trees. You know what I mean? They're like, less than 2 feet high.
Nah, these joints are
Do you decorate them, or is it just like you plug it in and it's done?
It's done.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah.
For
the kids,
wife.
The kids ones just plug in.
Now my wife decorates every last one of
them. I have to tell you, I don't have any baby Jesus in my house.
We have a nativity scene.
Shocking.
We don't have any.
Yeah.
The wife does not. The wife does not believe. So
Mike's got a little baby Satan.
We got nothing. We got a lot of nutcrackers. A lot of those.
Baby Darwin.
A lot of those.
And outside,
done
Mike, is outside there?
It's not so funny when people make fun of you, is it?
I don't even know what Baby Darwin is, but I'm I'm not enlightened enough.
Stop arguing.
The moderator.
We just have like those.
There?
We have those. Not what do they call those? Christmas splash or something? You shoot it up on the house. The lights.
Yeah, my wife hates
the laser things.
She hates those.
What do they call it? What do they call
lazy
again?
lights. My wife called them lazy lights.
Christmas shower, Christmas shower or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't have the traditional ones that you see on TV. It just says like a bunch of different images, go around.
Yeah.
The problem with those things, they're never like bright enough.
Yeah, we have spotlights on our house.
Yeah.
It's like bright as hell. You get blind, you freaking walk outside.
Yeah, you just put these things right in the front of your house on the lawn. They're like spotlights, and you shoot them on the house, but they never get that bright. So I don't know what the big deal is. Christmas shower, I think, is what you see on TV. But now, Matt, do you have anything outside? You had something like that, didn't you?
Yeah, we've got the lazy lights, as Eric's wife calls them. And but I do have regular Christmas lights wrapped around what little bit of foliage I have outside there. We used to have bushes in front of the windows in the basement there, and we ripped all of them out. So I lost all my light space. So that's why I went out and bought the lazy lights to put up. And they're great because you put them in the ground, 5 minutes, you're done. Yay!
So now that you don't have shrubbery in front of your windows, did you have to get like those black lined shades so no one could look in and see your various activities going on?
And I would just get the regular window blinds there. That's all.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I have Christmas decorations in every room. The wife loves Christmas, just like Eric's wife. Every little room, even if it's just a little tiny Santa, there is a decoration in every room, including the bathrooms.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right, Jay. Thanks for your voicemail. We appreciate it. Get well. Let's see who this is here.
Fodder figures. What is up, gentlemen? Sorry about that little crackling in the voice. I don't know what happened here. I apologize. It must be the holidays. Too much drink. Anyway, guys, great show last week. Great show. I must say I am honored. I am indeed honored. I got to double play. Huh? Not every podcast gives old French the double play. And technically it was a
little DP.
User error, I think. But hey, I'm going to just say it as everybody wanted to hear what old Fred had to say twice, and we played it for him. Yes, sir. Outstanding. Outstanding. Anyway, guys, question this week. What is your favorite Christmas cookies? Huh? Ooh. Fred wants to know. I'm going to go with chocolate chip. And this other one, I don't know if what the proper name is, but it's a peanut butter cookie with a Hershey Kiss on top. They get my votes. So Fred wants to hear what you have to say about Christmas cookies. And please, devious Mr. Matt, come through with something better. Don't leave me down once you did with Thanksgiving with those rolls. I know you have better cookies than something you're going out to buy at the store.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's about all I have, gentlemen. Calling in late, watching this New England-Pittsburgh game. It's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta say, it's knotted up 10-10, so I'm sure Captain Mike's somewhere sweating, drinking beer. We'll see how it ends, gentlemen.
I'm always
sweating. See how it ends. And as always, be good, Hi, got your cat. Arrivederci.
Fred, he sounded a little under the weather.
Yeah,
he sounded like he had the flu.
Take your vitamin C, Fred. We need you healthy, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that Patriots game very, very quickly. Did anybody watch that?
No.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah.
The end was hysterical. Not the terrible rule and call that robbed the Steelers of the game, but Gronk went on just a spree of like 6 or 8 catches in a row. No one could tackle him. And when he scored the game-winning touchdown, because Star Wars just came out, he did like the Emperor type thing with the hands, like the electrocution on the player that was covering him.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Real quick, these touchdown celebrations are freaking dumb anymore. I wish they'd start throwing flags again, because there are some really dumb ones out there that these guys are doing.
They're thinking too much about it, right?
Yes.
Whatever happened to acting like you've been there before?
Absolutely.
Where are we going with this? Cookies.
Mm-hmm.
So, Matt, you had some pre-bought rolls from Thanksgiving.
They were damn delicious, too.
Now, I have to say, there is I'm not sure if they have them everywhere. There's this, they come in like this tub, and they're just like Christmas wreaths. They're like just a sugar cookie. I'm not saying those are my favorite, but I'm saying, Matt, if you were thinking of telling us you pre-buy your cookies, pre-bought cookies, those could be ones that you could consider. But tell us what you like to eat.
I actually bake cookies on Christmas, for Christmas. I bake sugar cookies, and I make a homemade icing to put on top of them. So I make little cookie trees, little cookie Santas, little cookie snowmen, and I make my own icing. And
it's amazing how the Fleshlight has dual, functionality.
I see what you're saying there. Yeah. So that's
don't eat the cookies at Matt's house.
Well, you're gonna miss out then because they're damn good. Lots of protein. They're good cookies. Yeah. So sugar cookies with icing.
And how many do you approximately make?
Ooh, until I run out of dough. So I never really counted them.
2 dozen, 3 dozen.
Probably 2 or 3 dozen. Yeah. Yeah.
Jeremy, are you a cookie man? By the fistful?
Yes. Christmas is about the only time of the year that I do actually get into some cooking madness. And as far as Fred French and him talking about the ones with the Hershey Kisses in them, I don't know what they're called either, but those are my wife's favorite cookies, and she makes them every year. I think she calls them peanut butter blossoms, maybe. And I came back from the store today with 2.8 pounds of Hershey Kisses because she's going to make a whole mess of those here soon.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
about. But me personally, I'm either I think my 2 favorites of all time is either the chocolate no bakes and I don't know if this counts as a cookie or not, but Rice Krispie treats. I love me some Rice Krispie treats.
All right, Eric.
I don't
what goes good with the nice crown of Coke? What do you wash down?
Well, it's not a good pairing with cookies, but I don't frequent the cookie situation. But my mother-in-law makes these macadamia nut chocolate chip cookies. I can deal with those. Those are kind of bomb.com. You know what I'm saying? So I'll get with those. That's about it.
My mother makes some good sugar cookies. She makes them into candy canes.
Man.
Those are pretty cool. And then also some Christmas trees with a little bit of icing and sprinkles on them. But then there's also the ones that you guys are talking about with the blossom or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I pretty much eat them all unless it's got some weird nuts in them. Weird nuts. I don't like weird nuts.
Yeah.
I don't know where those nuts have been.
Oh yeah. Oh boy.
This is a perfect segue. Speaking about nuts.
Oh.
Hey guys, it's the Rogers Bad Fodder Figure. Calling again. Just wanted to say sorry about my lengthy last couple of call-ins and whatnot, so apologize for that and apologize for the constant tweets, but Twitter is my main source of talking to most people, so again, I apologize, but what's up, Eric, Jeremy, Matt, Mike, and everybody that listens to this fine podcast, definitely for kids, definitely safe for work, totally. Tune it all the way up. Anyway, not much to really talk about, but I have recently played a A couple weeks ago, I finished the Mass Effect Andromeda, and that was fantastic. I think that's the best one they've had so far, in my opinion. I've always liked those. I think that should get its own like series, like Netflix series or like movie series, because so much you can do in that like franchise with the Solarians, the Turians, the Krogans, the humans, the Geth, the Remnant, everything. There's so many things. Make it like Star Wars, episodic. Anyway, that's that, and now I'm back to playing Madden 18 at the Patriots Robert Kraft Owners Mode. And I don't exactly have the exact roster, but I have Cutler, I have Brady, and I have Hoyer as my quarterbacks, and I have a mix of the receivers and running backs from other teams. So basically that's what I'm playing right now, and I'm going to, within the next week or so, watch The Last Jedi, so and get some of my friends from work some holiday stuff. So, yeah. What else? Follow me on social media. Dave Rogers 1991. Gee, I'm not even freaking drinking anything yet, and I'm slurring. 1991 across the board on social media. So add me on all of that. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe. And let's go Patriots, Mike. And let's hopefully after this call comes out, if it gets in the next episode, we have beaten the Steelers at 425. Week 15 to get up the number 1 seed. So hopefully this is a good call once the next podcast episode comes out. Once again, if you're not listening to Ruiner, Captain Mike, Evie's Mr. Matt, or Glove Box here on the Bad Fodder Figures podcast, you are missing out on life and you deserve a kick in the balls. Once again, follow them at
listening, and they're not going to hear that.
Yeah,
Bad Fodder Figure on Twitter, Captain Mike M, Evie's Mr. Matt, Glove Box. Let's go. Ruiner 2, let's go. Hashtag Bad Fodder Figures. Thank you. Shout out to Fred Wrench.
All right, there's a lot of stuff there.
First of all, never apologize for your length. Never.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Be proud of it.
Yeah.
Embrace it.
Yeah.
And Jeremy, do you agree with they should make a show out of Mass Effect Andromeda?
I never played the single player. I didn't play the multiplayer.
All right.
I played long enough in the single player so I could cash in on the multiplayer stuff I was earning and clear that out. But I never actually played any more than an hour of the story.
All right. And D, Matt's always looking for people to play Madden with, so definitely hit him up.
I got on the PS4 though, so.
All right, we got one or two more here. Let's see who this is.
What's up, Bad Fodder Figure crew? It's your boy Vaughn, Virginia Beach.
Boy.
Hey, I just finished listening to last week's episode. Man, I'm cracking up over here. Good show as always. In reference to that debate about the socks and sandals, hell to the nah. Man, I don't even wear regular sandals, talking about much less add socks on with them. My wife's been trying to get me to get sandals for years. Hell to the nah. That's your answer on that one.
Yes, sir.
Matter of fact, she's been trying to get me to buy them damn Crocs. And again, hell to the nah to that. All right.
I like a good pair of Crocs.
Quick story. Eric reminded me about the squirrel in his house and Christmas tree and all that good stuff. Me and my wife lived in the townhouse about 3 years ago. And every spring, we would get these big giant-ass horse flies that used to come around. And two things. Black people don't leave their doors and windows open. Second thing, black people don't use fireplaces. And we lived on the end of a cul-de-sac with a fireplace in it. We never used that thing. Okay, so preface the story with that. Big-ass horse flies every spring. I killed 50, 60 of them, 51 one spring, 60 the next spring, 100 the third spring. Didn't know where these things was coming from. Finally, one year, and also there was some kind of smell that lasted for about 2 weeks. Okay? So with that being in mind, the third year, we just could not figure it out. It's just me and my wife. We don't have kids, no pets. We have a dog now, but no pets back then. House kept clean. Couldn't figure out where this smell was coming from and why these flies was coming around for about a 2 week period. We had to kill these big ass horse flies. The third summer, we heard the scratching in the fireplace. You know where this is going. So we called where we live. We can call the fire department. They can come out and get stray animals out because animal control is not going to do anything. So we hear this scratching. We think it's a bird or something like that. So while I'm at work, my wife calls me and says, well, the firemen came we were renting it, so with the landlady. And he pulls out not one, not two, not three, but 19 dead squirrels in the chimney.
Good Lord.
There was a screen on the top that goes on the top, and it was broken or had a hole in it or something. And as the years went by, squirrels were getting in there and getting trapped and couldn't get out. So they were dying, and the flies were coming from the dead carcasses every spring. I was sick. I didn't want to go home that day. So anyway, that's my squirrel story.
Hell no.
All right, and last but not least, do you guys have a gaming night where, I'm not into really the social media and all that good stuff, so maybe you have it posted somewhere. But
you should get one. D. Rogers will give you one. Vaughn had a call back, so here's the rest of it.
Sorry about that, guys. This is boy Vaughn again. My last question was, you got cut off there. Just wanted to know if there was a game night that you guys had that the community could join up with you guys, and if you can let us know what systems and what nights you guys play, and be glad to join up with you guys and hook up on some game nights. All right, check you later. Have a good show. Peace.
Excellent.
Okay, first of all, the squirrel situation. I mean, oh man, bro, I would have had to move, man. There's no way.
So I've been dealing with the situation. I don't know if I've discussed it. Is everybody aware, first of all, Caddyshack? Were we all aware of that?
Yes.
Bill Murray.
Groundhog.
Right?
Groundhogs, moles, whatever.
So I've been not dealing with, groundhogs or moles. I've been dealing with mice. And
okay.
I envision myself like Bill Murray when I start getting into this stuff. The good thing is they're not in the house, like in our living area or food or anything like that. It's all in my breaker box in the basement. And so we had some electrical work. We opened it up. We noticed some mice poop. Went out and got some traps from Amazon. And I couldn't lay the traps down quick enough. I was catching them left and right. So I think I've caught 23 so far.
God, Jesus.
Bless. Wow.
You get yourself a flute, man. Just play that shit. Get them out of town.
I caught 19 of them within like less than a week. So I've really weaned down the population. So I've been doing.
It's getting cold though. I guess they coming in.
Right. Well, my wife is sort of self-inflicted. My wife had a bird feeder outside, not too far from the house, and they just take that bird food and then they just bring it in, store it up for the winter. Wow. So I've been down there with the traps and the peppermint oil. They don't like the smell of that. And there's some product on Amazon called Miracle Mouse or Mouse Magic or something like that. They're these look like big like tea bags, and that's been keeping them away. So I've been dealing with. So I feel your pain there, Vaughn. I'm ahead of the game though. I know what I'm dealing with, and I'm up against it, and I've been exterminating them.
Gee.
But that's the flies and the wow,
the dead carcasses. Ugh.
19 of them. Holy. We usually ask them, well, gaming nights. So I guess I'll speak for everybody here, and you guys let me know. All of us have PS4 and Xbox Ones, although Matt doesn't do too much gaming on the Xbox One. He's got a few games here and there. Mm-hmm. But all of us predominantly, I think, play on the PS4 as well as PC here and there. Myself, I'm on pretty much every night after 9 p.m. Not too many nights that I'm not on. So always feel free to hit me up and let me know. But as far as all three of us or four of us, Saturday nights have been good. Maybe every other Saturday night, or lately we've been doing a couple Saturday nights in a row here. So feel free, hit us up on if you don't do the social media, I don't know how you're getting in touch with us.
He needs to get some Discord or something. Well, he needs to get on Discord.
Well, he's got PS4, so I mean he could just ask I'm Ruiner 2. Mike is Bud Mace 1.
I knew you were going down this path.
Yep. MACEONE. Matt is Devious Mr. Matt, and what you glove box, Eric? Is that all right? So just add us on there. Send us friend requests. Tell us who you are.
Yeah, please.
Or at least,
Man has a vetting process.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I accept everybody.
I think we mentioned before. I mean, we don't, and we've talked about the certain streamers or other shows and stuff like that make it like a privilege to play with them. So first of all, yeah, if you see us on, or you know, even if we're streaming and you want to hop on, feel free. Just know that one, you're probably going to lose, and two, that you know, you're probably there's a chance you might be streaming. So if you want to be shy or something, then maybe we'll set up something private or something like that. But we want to interact with our community. We're not going to charge you or discriminate based on who subscribes to what or who pays Patreon what or anything like that. So yeah, we just I think we're all pretty open and down to earth guys in general. So just let us know you want to play and we'll play.
Yeah, and if you see me on, because I can't usually game at night because I work at night, but if you see me on, just jump in and chat. I'm cool. I'm not going to say, oh no, I can't talk to you. No, jump in. I'm cool.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
That goes for all of us. I know. Give a shout out to Elite King 74. I think his name. He was Eric as well, right? Matt. His name was Eric.
Yep.
So give a shout out to him. He jumped into one of our Call of Duty nights the other night. So yeah, anytime.
Yeah. And then we had that guy Gerald Conover jumped in a couple weeks ago and told us that he enjoys listening to the show. So yeah, awesome.
Cool. Yeah. All right, that was all the voicemails that we had for this week. So we appreciate that. We know it is the holidays, so don't always have time to leave, but we appreciate those gentlemen chiming in. So let's. We don't have much news this week. It's a light news week because it's before Christmas. But let's get into the news, shall we?
Really? Okay. Do you hear what he just said? He just said, why don't you, for once in your life, just do the fucking news? All right. No. I'm gonna do the fucking news. No. Here is the fucking news.
So the reason I played the news right before what we've been playing is because the PUBG just came out, and I wanted to tie the two together in the interest of time. So I will kick things off here. I've been playing PUBG on the Xbox One X, and first of all, it makes me very sick. Like,
I really wanted to ask you that. Why?
Legitimately, it makes me nauseous. I think it's the frame rate or something like that. So there's some issue there with the frame rate that is just not jiving with my, eyes or whatever. So it just makes me nauseous, and I can't play it that much. I've changed the settings, the dead zone, and the sensitivity. I've messed around with it, and then I thought I was getting too heavy-handed with all that stuff, and I put everything back to default, and it still made me nauseous. And then I was like, all right, let me just adjust settings very, a little bit here and there, and see if that makes it any better. And I'm still having the same results. So that is unfortunate. Besides my issues, I think we've almost been sold a bit of a bill of goods here because, they showed this game at E3, and everybody said, oh, it looked amazing, it was running great, and it was running on PCs. But the PCs could detect that it was an Xbox One X system under the hood, right? That's what they were telling you. I'm curious to know what you guys think, but I was under the assumption we were getting a version of PUBG, not necessarily that was in lockstep with the current build on PC, but maybe one or two iterations behind. Would you guys think that was that your expectation, or did anybody have a completely different expectation?
So I'll go first, and I'll preface this by saying that I have not played it on Xbox. I do not own it on Xbox, and I don't think I've seen any footage on it on Xbox. So everything I know is anecdotal based on you or other people I've seen online and stuff. So with that said, even though this is being released in early access, and we talked about them being, thankfully being explicit about it and everything, and the warnings I've had about this since we've been playing it, and when I first started coming to console, I at least expected a game that worked. And this doesn't sound like it, even on the X, the One X, which you'd think that'd be a gimme, but I mean, they had to optimize this game for 3 different configurations. That's it. So it's not in the PC world where they had countless. They had 3. And really, if they would just want to do a baseline of just the day one Xbox One, and then work on making the One X version pretty or whatever, they could have done that down the road. But at least get something that's playable on the baseline system. And it doesn't sound like they did that. So no, I that's shocking.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's playable, right? Put that in quotations. It is not close to what the PC version is. I guess if you had to make a comparison, to me it seems like very early days when that game came to PC. It seems about a year and a half off from what I've been playing on the PC. It is not a good experience. And again, my expectations were that it was going to be 1 or 2 versions behind what's out there right now. Eric, have you played it? Did you buy it?
Yeah, I played it. I played it for like a day or 2, and this is my first foray into PUBG. But let me tell you, bro, Fortnite got it beat. That thing is just garbage, just hot garbage right now. But
yeah, it is really rough, and I think it shows you the desperation that Microsoft is in right now when it comes to exclusive content. Right? They have Forza, they have Cuphead, they have Halo Wars 2, but they don't have anything beyond that. And they must have made a calculated decision. Hey, we're going to release this thing. It's selling so well, people will buy it, and hopefully they hang in there because we're going to tell you a game preview over and over and over again, and hopefully they're listening. And we're going to release a broken game and get it fixed, and hopefully we don't piss off people in the interim.
But I think they're trying to get a pass from people by saying it's a game preview. No, man, don't put crap out like that. And if you do like Fortnite and put it out for free.
Right.
Don't make people buy something and it's garbage.
And I guess this was what they hung their holiday hat on, right? I mean, that's why it came out after Black Friday and 2 weeks before Christmas, is because that was the big title they had. They paid all that money to make an exclusive. They got it plastered right on the front of the box that has a code in it. Doesn't even have a real disc, probably because it had to go gold before then. But it's like over 4 million copies sold on PC and everything else. Like, this was their big thing, and it kind of came out with a. So,
yeah, it there's going to be people out there that have the blinders on and bleed green and love the game, and that's all fine. Like what you like. I'm trying to be open-minded about it. I bought it. I let my wallet do the talking. I purchased it, and it's just not good. It's not a good experience. I own a lot of video games, a lot of systems. I can count on one hand how many games make me sick. And, PUBG is the first one that comes to mind. And this is $500 system playing, supposedly their big winter title, and it's making me sick. I went into Mikey Barrer's Mixer chat. He was playing PUBG and Destiny over the weekend. I'm not sure what Mike's official title is at Xbox, but he's pretty high up on the food chain. Does a lot with the, the UI and the back end and stuff like that. And I got in his chat, and I, wasn't being a dick, and very, point blank, and said, "Hey, this thing is making me legitimately sick. You guys got a frame rate issue." And he responded, to his credit. He goes, "We understand there's a frame rate issue. We're going to be helping them on that." And that's all he said. Didn't go on any more beyond that, but he said we acknowledge it and we're working with them on it.
And I think that's what I meant by that it was unplayable, is not necessarily because we've seen our share of glitches in the PC version even still.
Right.
But in a game like that, when I heard that the biggest issue was it would slow down whenever you would zoom in, when you'd aim down sights or something. And in that type of game, you can't have that. You can't have it to a slideshow when you're trying to zero in and shoot somebody in a 1 versus 100 situation.
It has no aim assist. So what pisses me off is if it's going to run rough, if it's going to be at 30 frames per second, if it's going to make me sick, that's fine. But if I have a guy right in front of me and I shoot and it doesn't hit him, if it goes like way off to the west or the east, and we're like, what the fuck? I mean, I got the guy, I'm looking at him, he's right in front of me, and the shot's not even hitting him. It's just a bad experience right now, in my opinion.
But it's good that he's being like transparent and saying, yeah, we have problems. But why are we accepting that? Okay, every game you put out, we have problems. That shouldn't be your standard. You know, you
Right.
should come in like Nintendo and have a quality seal or something. You got to come, you know, with it. Don't just put out garbage.
It would have been better if they said, hey, this thing is not current with the PC build. It's 6 to 8 months different. Bear with us. Instead, they showed all these things at E3 that were running on PCs.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I have, having said all that, I have an extra copy of the game that I will be giving away at some point. We'll let the Bad Fodder Figures giveaway end, and then I will have my own giveaway for a copy. So be on the lookout for that. Jeremy, I know you don't have much time and you have to go in a little bit, so let's segue over to you and what you've been playing.
Oh, I was going to let you guys go first because I don't think I have anything new other than what you guys have been doing.
Well, you definitely played. The three of us last night played Star Wars Battlefront, so let's talk about that. Battlefront 2.
Yeah, sure. The Star Wars weekend, new movie came out, new content is out, so we thought we'd give it a try. We played the new map on what's that mode called? Galactic Assault or Galactic something?
Assault, yep.
Is that it? Yeah. At first, I think we all hated it and didn't understand why it existed because it was like a giant game of whack-a-mole but with snipers. What would you call it, Matt? The Red Velvet map?
The Red Velvet Cake map.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, but I think the more we played on it and kind of got more familiar with it and saw the places, the better ways to play it, and then also how those little speeder ship things worked in it. I liked it a lot more at the end of the night than at the beginning. So,
yeah, I would agree with that. And we didn't play any other, Last Jedi content. We didn't do any story stuff, so it was just multiplayer.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Did anybody open up the loot boxes? Because this was the first time the three of us have played the game in a while, right? You've been doing your fighting stuff, and Matt's been, working late and hasn't been doing much gaming. So, is this the first time the three of us really have played this game recently?
Yeah, I'd say at least in a week and a half or so. Yeah.
Did anybody open
Quite
the
a few
loot boxes?
open. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I didn't
get anything special. But
yeah, I mean, I got upgrades for my stuff, and I think it's worth pointing out that we spent most of the evening, as per usual, at the bottom of the leaderboards, and but I don't feel any different about last night than I did the first few nights or whatever. Like, I don't think it's a situation where I died a lot because so and so had better cards or better equipment or whatever. I think it was just I'm not that good at that game and other people are better at it, and so that's how it goes. So just to kind of go back to the pay to win thing, and because obviously nobody at this point is paying to win, we're still in the same place that everyone thought we would be. It's just nobody's paying for it.
Matt, let me ask you, because me and you play Call of Duty, and what is Call of Duty? 6-on-6, 5-on-5? I can't remember. I think it's 6-on-6, right?
6-on-6, yeah.
Yeah. I feel more invested in the outcome of Call of Duty, maybe because it's easier to point the finger. Like, so if I let the team down, 5 people can look at me going, you're the one that cost us the match, right? So I feel more invested that way. Where in this galactic battle, it's like, what, 20-on-20? I don't feel that I am, while I'm certainly trying to do my best and get kills, I don't feel like so invested with the outcome if we lose. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It seems like your name gets lost in the list on that than it does per the Call of Duty when you're playing, and you see your name right there, 0 and 10 right? Or something like that.
It sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Is it anybody else feel like that? I don't know. That's just something I noticed that I also tend to have a better time playing Star Wars because I don't care about it so much. You know what I mean?
Right. And I think that's why I like it so much, is because it does not matter. It literally does not matter if I finish at the end every time, because I still get credits. I still get to have fun and hang out with you guys, and I don't feel that stress every single match when I'm at the bottom that, oh man, everyone's going to get mad and leave because no one cares.
Yeah.
We were having a good chat with Adam, Agent Orange, on the stream last night, and of course Mark. So it was a good time. And the one question that kept coming up over and over again, Eric, was, does Glovebox own this game? So Eric, do you own Star Wars Battlefront 2?
I absolutely do, sir.
All right, you got to jump in.
I did.
Yeah.
Plenty of room.
I own that. I own Call of Duty. Yeah, man.
You got to get in on these game nights with us, man.
Well, when I ain't working, Matt, because
he's got more important things,
Not really. Let me let you know. Let me let you know. I don't want to do it. I would rather sit home and game. That's what I want to do.
All right. So that's the only thing really you've been playing, Jeremy, right?
Yeah.
All right. I've been playing some Fortnite, but we'll get to that in the news. But that's pretty much it for me as well. Matt, I see that you've been playing some Hello Neighbor. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, thanks to you for giving me that code on Steam. I appreciate that. So I started playing that. Interesting game. Very interesting game. Jeremy likes to call the guy Mr. Rapeface, which in the beginning of the game is kind of weird because he's like kidnapping kids or something and locking them up in his house. So that's kind of creepy.
Yeah, I don't know why I'd call him that. Weird.
But it's a fun game, cartoony looking game. It's a puzzle game. You got to try and get in this guy's house. I guess just kind of figure out what the hell's going on. And it's supposed to have smart AI where the more you do something, then that guy's going to do something in that area to help protect her or something like that. So I haven't come across that yet. I'm still trying to figure out the first, I guess, puzzle, whatever. I'm in Act 1 to get and figure stuff out. And so you have to hide from the guy and try and get around his house. And there's switches and levers to pull and turn on and off. And obviously they do various different things, and you got to try and figure out what they do and how they do it and how to get around without him seeing you. And when he sees you, he chases after you, and he throws glue at you and to slow you down. So you got to try and avoid that. And then you run across the street, and he stops chasing you, and he goes back in his house, and you got to sneak back over and try again.
So he never catches you.
When he catches you, you start over. You automatically start you over at the
he
other
doesn't
side.
throw you in the house and beat you or anything. It's just a cutscene.
Yes, pretty much, yeah. And what's weird is after so many times he catches you, it goes to a not necessarily a cutscene, but some special area or something like that, and it kind of gives you a little bit more of the story of what's going on. So that's kind of neat in itself there too. But it doesn't happen every time he catches you.
Now, do you feel tense?
There's a couple, tense moments there. Yeah, when you're trying to figure something out, and you hear the music changing. Okay, it says dun 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 dun, and he's can see you or he's searching for you or something like that. So you get a little tense, trying to hide and not see you and stuff like that. So there's some tension there, some suspense in that, and I'm curious what the hell this game's about and where it's going.
Cool. Hopefully, I might be picking that up for the Xbox. Is this something you think you'd play with the kids? They're trying to build this as a family-friendly sort of strategic horror game. Does that seem right?
Yep, I can see it. Yeah, I can see good for the kids and that to play. So far what I've played, there's no horror, scary stuff type of things going on. So yeah, I could see that. My kids have both. Well, my youngest tried to play it earlier, and he's kind of what the heck's this game? So he's messing with it for a little bit. So
interesting. Yeah. Anything else this week, Matt?
No, just we talked about the Star Wars last night, and just my usual. Like I said, I've been working a lot of hours this past week, so I would come home and just veg out and play some simple baseball or something like that, just to kind of chill and relax. That's nothing big.
All right, now Eric, I know you haven't been playing any Xbox One X. Sorry.
Well, I got my Xbox One still here.
So what have you been up to?
Well, Overwatch is in this winter event. I know y'all probably could care less, but it's awesome, and I've been playing the hell out of that.
I do a lot of Twitch watching, and I've sort of established myself in a few of these smaller streaming communities. And, you're supposed to watch each other and, interact, just try to, one hand washes the other type thing. And a lot of these people play Overwatch. And I give it the good old college try and give it, 2 to 5 minutes. And I'm like, what is, I can't get into it. So
you doing 2 to 5 minutes of watching or 2 to 5 minutes of playing?
Watching it.
See, you got to play it. It's different when you play it. Listen, y'all.
Well, Matt and I tried we tried that last free weekend. We were we gave it a good hour. We tried it for an hour and decided that
what it is you got to find that character that really speaks to you,
Oh yeah, I had that rape face guy. That was great. That was fun.
They must be speaking a different language than I am.
So it's fun though. It's really good, and they do these events every so often.
Yeah, their events are solid because I mean they do a very similar thing for Heroes of the Storm, where a lot of times they'll try and get people to play one game to get prizes in another and stuff. So that's something that Blizzard has always been great about.
Yeah, and you get those all kinds of loot boxes, and it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Okay, so also yesterday we did a lot of VR at the party, bro.
A lot of pink eye now, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
You washing that shit out?
Yeah, I cleaned it up. I'll
put it in the dishwasher.
Yeah, right.
Hey, are you gonna put that in the dishwasher?
Yeah. And people were, I'll tell you, I say about 20 people did it, and they were just blown away, bro. Blown away.
Now, who was I talking to? I was talking to one of these guys last night about the VR, and they said it was unavailable.
Me.
Yeah.
Me. Yeah, as soon as I came into work, I think it was Friday, my boss was like, "Hey, have you heard about this PSVR?" Blah blah, like going on about it. He's trying to get it for his girlfriend's son, I think, for Christmas. And so I was kind of telling him about the different bundles and the prices, about how they're on sale. So if he is going to do it, he needs to do it now. And I was kind of looking around, and they were sold out on, like, the newer versions were sold out on Amazon. He called, I think, Best Buy, and they only had one in a store that was like an hour away. He ended up finding one at GameStop. But it was I was shocked to hear, because I think this is the first time that I was aware of that stores were running out of these things to sell.
Especially now that Eric's 20 people, right? So go on, Eric. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I'm gonna pick up a new one here soon, because I gotta have the HDR pass through. I need that.
Oh, you need the hotness.
Yeah.
So tell me about the reactions. Like, did they range from like, "Holy shit, this is awesome," to well, "This is too immersive, I don't need it"? Mostly
everybody was like, "Holy shit, this is awesome." I can't even understand, because I'd say the majority of them have never had a VR headset on whatsoever.
No, did anybody get sick?
No, because I did the whole kitchen Resident Evil demo thing.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, "What in the hell?" And I can't believe it. And this one girl, she's my wife's cousin, she like threw it off her head. I was like, "Sarah, I'm gonna kill you. You throw my damn VR," because she just couldn't do it. A lot of people couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm. Probably not the. You really went like all the way to like these go to 11, and you just cranked the VR. You didn't like ease them in at all.
No, I didn't want to ease nobody, and I want you to get the full effect. And that one demo is something to see. Let me tell you.
Now, did people even know what? Did you have to explain what VR was, or did people know?
To some I did. They, a lot of people. Oh, I've heard of this, but I've never really actually understood what it was. They were saying all that. And I said, "Well, just sit down and put this on."
So how did you explain it? So if someone came up to you and said, "What is VR?" What did you tell them?
I said, it's a total, you're in another dimension. It's a total immersion. You're going to feel like, when you put this on, you're going to feel like you're in this room. And you're not going to be, you're going to leave everybody that's in here and go into this room. And that girl Sarah put it on. She was like, "No, I can't do this. I can't do it. Yeah. I can't do it."
So you're giving Jeremy further reasons not to invite people over. One guy took your phone and sent out nudes, and the other one almost broke your headset because she threw it off.
Oh no, it was cool, man. It was great to see their reactions, and then you got the people. This one guy, he was like, "Okay, so explain this. How much does all that cost? How much is that? How much is that?" I was like, "Yeah, man." It was cool.
Awesome. Anything else that you let them play, or that you've been playing?
No, they were just mainly the just that demo, pretty much.
Cool. Jeremy, I know you got to run. Do you want to hang around for the news, or do you want to say your goodbyes now?
Yeah, I just might ghost out, but yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah. Thanks for listening, everyone. If I don't make it through.
Okay.
Love you, Jeremy.
So we had some releases this week. Two that I want to call to the attention. One is a PSVR game. It's called Accounting Plus. Did you happen to catch this, Eric, on the Game Awards? It was pretty early on. It was like some rude, little cloud type guy saying all this. He was the one it looked like a kid's thing, and all of a sudden it was dropping F-bombs. It was really early in the award show. Anyways, this game is coming out this week. A lot of people are talking about it, so it's for you. Eric, pick it up for PSVR if you can. I want to hear about it.
Absolutely, sir.
Accounting Plus. So check that out.
I'm going to do that. It looks crazy.
Right. And Matt has been inquiring about having me send him my Kinect because he's a new Xbox One guy. So I wanted to call this to the attention of Matt. Boom Ball 3 for Kinect is coming out this week. This is going to sweep the nation, Matt. So make sure you pick this up when you get your Kinect.
I didn't even still think they made games for Kinect. I thought it was a dead thing.
That's why I wanted to bring it up.
I mainly want it for the camera and shit, and because the kids keep talking about it.
All right.
Because they want to talk to the Xbox.
Well, they took all that stuff away, didn't they?
No, it still works. No, it still works.
I thought they took some of the stuff away that you used to be able to say
No, you can still say it because Cortana is on it now. You know, and you can tell me to turn it on and turn it off and all that good stuff.
Okay.
Never mind, Mike. I don't want it.
So the homework, Matt's going to buy Boom Ball 3, and Eric's going to buy Accounting Plus.
Absolutely.
So I want to hear back. So we got just 3 news stories here. The first one is going to be on Fortnite. So they've come out with this thing called the Battle Pass, and it's $9.99 pretty much. You can buy it right now at a discount, half off, 950 Fortnite space bucks or whatever they are. So they're putting seasons in their game. So the season 2 just kicked off the other day on the 14th, and it now has this battle pass. Of course, when they released the game a little while ago, they shortly after that had a Halloween version. Now everything is Christmas themed. So this new update includes a limited edition snowball grenade launcher, a festive battle bus. So if you jump in the game, the balloon is Santa, and the bus is all red, and it's got Christmas lights, and it's very soothing music as you jump from the plane. And all the bushes have lights on them now. And even if you got a bush like that you can drink to become a bush, you have lights on you as well. There's all sorts of Christmas trees throughout the map, and they have more chests underneath them. So there's a lot of Christmas stuff going on in the game right now. So if you're into that type of thing, give it a whirl. This Battle Pass also gives you the ability to use emotes and emoticons. So you can earn them via the Battle Pass, or you can purchase them in the shop. The unfortunate thing with that is when someone kills you now, they can use this emoticon or emote. And so like someone killed me the other day in prison, and then he rode around me like he was doing like riding a horse, and there was like Western music going on. So there's a little bit of trolling going on with this. You can equip up to 6 of them, and you can trigger them in the game with the B button or down on the D-pad. There is a new control system that's into the game by default. So, Matt, the next time you fire up the game on PS4, you're going to be like, how do I play this game now? So there's always this configuration called Combat Pro that I was unaware of. They have made that the default configuration. If you want to go back to the other way, you got to go into your settings and make that adjustment.
Yeah, I thought it was a little different
Right. Yeah. So I kept it on there. I felt it was pretty good, but it does take a little bit of a learning curve. There are soccer balls and basketballs in the game. You know, I think it's in Pleasant Park or something like that. You could always play like soccer. I guess they gave those balls smoother movement, and they want to see how long you can keep the balls in play. So if that's something you're into, go for it. One thing I thought was one of the better pieces of this update is the grenades. When you throw them, there's now a trajectory like arc to them. You can see how you're throwing them. It's not just like, hey, I'm just throwing this randomly. So that's pretty cool. So I feel like my grenades are more effective. And lastly, they've enabled the Twitch login, so you should be able to stream right for the game. I got to try that out. Haven't tried that yet. Moving on to Bungie. If you can believe it, Jeremy, they have admitted to more mistakes with Destiny 2.
Bullshit.
Yeah. So the mistake here was they locked certain content when you purchased the expansion Curse of Osiris, that there was certain high-level content that was locked out. So you had the vanilla game, there was no expansion out, you had access to this stuff. All of a sudden, the expansion came out, and you no longer could access it if you didn't purchase the expansion. So players realized this, and the high-level content that you could not access anymore was the prestige versions of the Leviathan Raid, the weekly Nightfall Strikes on the PvE side, and Trials of the Nine and Iron Banner on the PvP side. So all of this, I guess, is considered some of the highest class loot in the game. So this went over like a screen door in a submarine, and I guess Bungie's going to try to fix it once again. But geez, what happened to Bungie? I mean, they just put out some decent Halo games, right? Or better than decent Halo games. Mm-hmm. And I don't know where they're dropping the ball. Someone's got a lot of bad ideas in their head.
I mean, even without the Halo games, I mean, they did the same thing with Destiny 1, and that drove me away. Is when I didn't get to the first or the second expansion right away, and then the third expansion came out. There was stuff I never got to do in that other expansion because they took it out or made it exclusive to owning something. And I mean, that's not even 3 months that game's been out. It came out October.
Something like that, yeah.
On console, so it's been a little over 2 months, and they're already taking stuff away from people who aren't continually paying for the new hotness on it. It's
probably a lot of people leaving and coming and going and stuff.
Yeah,
with Bungie,
it could be. I mean, I don't know if it's Bungie, if it's Activision, who's got their hands in it.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's got to, again, these games take massive amounts of money to make, right? Yeah. And so maybe there's just constantly a way to think about how to get people to buy stuff. I don't know if locking people out of content they already had is the proper way to say, hey, well, I really enjoyed that content. They've taken it away from me, so I guess I got to pony up some more money so I can get that content back. I don't know if that's the smartest way to get people to buy things. Maybe there's some people that think that's a good plan. I personally don't.
Right.
And last bit of news here, Predator is now available in Ghost Recon Wildlands from December 14th through early January. The Predator will bring its unique skills to a special challenge that sees players solo or with up to 4 players hunting the creature and being hunted in return. Is anybody here into Predator? The movies or anything like that?
Movie was good.
I mean, yeah, I liked it back in the day, but
yeah.
Are you familiar with a character named Dutch?
Oh yeah, that was It was that Schwarzenegger's character or was that Carl Weathers?
I'm not sure. You're talking to the wrong guy here about movies.
Yeah.
Anyways,
son of a bitch.
There is a new class of soldier from the game that's available in the PvP Ghost War mode. It's loosely based off of Dutch. So. Matt, you'll have to let us know if you encounter Predator in your solo exploits of Ghost Recon.
I will see what happens there. I'm going to kick his ass.
Yeah, kick it real good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's all the news I had this week. Very light on the news. Obviously, the week before Christmas. Matt, do you feel like doing terrible topics, or do you want to wrap it up? What do you want to do?
Let's go ahead and wrap it up for Jeremy.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll report. We'll report back later with some terrible topics, but I want to be the first to wish everybody a Merry Christmas if I don't talk to my co-host here or the listeners before then, so have a great holiday, however you celebrate it. Thanks for listening as always. And we're having that giveaway, $75 gift code. Be on the lookout for Twitter and in the show notes on how to enter. The contest ends on the 20th. And then also the first couple people, let's say 3 to 5 people that get in touch with me, you can get a free code for Race for the Galaxy. And whoever sends Matt a fleshlight gets all 5 codes. Figure that's...
It doesn't have to be new.
Just put it in the dishwasher.
Yeah. Just send it with some detergent and you will be good to go. But thanks to everybody that has made the first 8 episodes a lot of fun, and I look forward to doing a whole bunch more. Shout out to all the people that leave voicemails, reviews, and keep us going. So happy holidays. Who wants to go next?
Sir.
Why don't you go, Tony, since you got to leave?
Yeah, that's happy holidays, everyone. I think we're going to try and do a show before that would come out on Christmas. Is that?
We are threatening to do something early later this week, if time. We may.
Yeah, if not, it's looking like the weekend on New Year's Eve is going to work a little better, but we'll see what we can do. So, and again, Vaughn or anyone else, we're on there. We're not shy. Just come on and join us if you want. We thrive on that community interaction, so keep it coming.
Mm-hmm.
Get well, Fred.
Tit. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Matt.
Join us anytime for gaming. And if you do send us a request, just say from BFF or whatever, so we know, because sometimes there's spammy people out there that send you requests and they're up to no good or something like that. But Merry Christmas and all that jazz there. I hope Santa brings everybody what they want for Christmas.
All right, Eric.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that listens, man, and keep it going. And I want a big shout out to my beautiful hot ass wife for putting on this Christmas party. It was a big tasking, and she was the hostess with the mostest, bro. She's in here. That's what I'm saying. All that. So,
is she aware of the whole phone debacle?
No.
Okay. We'll just leave it at that, then.
Yeah, we'll leave it.
All right.
Yeah, do that.
All right. Well, this is episode 8. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll talk to everybody very, very soon.
Damn, that's...
It's not illegal. It's frowned upon, like masturbating on an airplane.